I think we always have to guard against mission creep. So let me repeat what I've said in the past. American combat troops are not going to be fighting in Iraq again. We do not have the ability to simply solve this problem by sending in tens of thousands of troops and committing the kinds of blood and treasure that has already been expended in Iraq. Ultimately, this is something that is going to have to be solved by the Iraqis.
All right, folks, welcome back. The Malzberg panel time. Mary Walter and I welcome in LIGNET analyst Lisa Ruth and retired Major General in the U.S. Army, founder of Stand Up America, Paul E. Vallely. And before we get to you, I just want to point out that there has been an election. Kevin McCarthy is the new GOP majority leader, and that'll be effective on, I guess, August 1st, since Eric Cantor's resignation was effective on July 31st. So that election has taken place, it's over, and it is going to be Kevin McCarthy, who many believe is not unlike in political philosophy that of Eric Cantor, who was defeated in his district. So we'll talk about that later, you and I, Mary. But right now, to the panel we go, and you just heard
care of that.
Well, is this going to turn into, and I'm hearing a lot of people saying, this is going to turn into another Vietnam. This is our generation's Vietnam. Maybe we're too afraid to do that because we get mired in there. We're
It's a matter of the strategy that we've had that's been very defective. And that's why,
Lisa,
gentlemen, go ahead, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, General, I thought you were finished. Finish up.
Well, I was just going to say, you know, General Boykin, General McInerney, and I, we've developed strategies how to deal with these unconventional forces such as ISAS and Al-Qaeda. But the administration and the conventional thinking just doesn't move forward. There's no innovation now.
Yeah, and Lisa, when the president says it's Iraq's problem that has to be solved internally, politically, The United States can't fix this. Is he basically resigned to the fact that there's going to be a caliphate? As we've talked about with so many experts leading up to today, from the middle of Syria right through to possibly who knows, Baghdad. And is there anything that you think he would do to try to stop that?
I can't imagine he's resigned, although I do think that what he's saying is probably reasonable. But let's take it a step further. What he should be doing, in my opinion, as the general just said, there's an easy target right now that we know, and that is ISIS moving weapons down from Iraq into Syria. There are these convoys of U.S. military weapons going down. It makes sense to me to bomb those. You can't really go in and do airstrikes in these cities. There's just too many civilian casualties, but there are things we could be doing. They may be moving toward that. I haven't seen that yet. There are huge implications in terms of what's going on in Syria now with this, with the Iraq situation and shifting alliances, even with the changes in ISIS in Syria. I think it will be very telling how the U.S. responds in terms of Syria. If ISIS pulling out of Syria to bolster their troops in Iraq, the U.S. has an opportunity now to go in, and the general certainly is very involved in the Syrian situation, and there's an opportunity now to go in and for the U.S. to help arm the opposition in Syria. There's a lot of shifting alliances, there's a lot of implications for the region long term, and it will be very telling how the U.S. plays this next hand.
Yeah, very, very interesting. And General, when we come back, Mary and I would like to hear your response to that, because you've been to the region, you've been very involved, as Lisa said, with the Syrian situation. And is this an opening if ISIS does move out for us to move in, or would that make any difference? And we'll talk about that. And also what was said by General Hayden on this show yesterday, that he thinks Iraq is gone for forever, as we know it. It's just gone. And it'll be divided up into three countries, either really legally recognized, or at least in matter of fact, Sunnistan and Kurdistan and Shiistan, in effect. We will talk about that. If you want to reach us, folks, on social media, Twitter, Facebook, you could find out how by looking at your screen right now. Hope to hear from you.